In addition to citation, quotation marks are a crucial part of credited engagement with your sources. No matter which type of citation you use, you will often find yourself wanting to include exact wording from your sources. Whether you want to quote a whole sentence or just a phrase, you should always put borrowed phrasing in quotation marks. Always. Quotation marks make it clear to your reader that what is between the marks is somebody else's wording or phrasing. So you put things in quotation marks for a number of reasons. First, they help to show what's your idea and what's somebody else's. Second, they make it clear what's your original voice or wording and what's not. And third, using quotation marks helps to demonstrate your skill at integrating others' texts into your own. An important universal rule to remember is that any time you use quotation marks, you will also need to use a citation. That's because once you've acknowledged that you've used somebody else's wording, your reader's next question will likely be, great, but where does that quotation come from? So adding a footnote, endnote, or parenthetical citation is practically always necessary when ending a quotation. Furthermore, because your reader might want to check out that quotation in its natural habitat in your source, your style guide will probably require you to add a page number as well. In fact, it's almost always a good idea to add a page number into your citation if you're using or referring to a very particular idea or a quotation from within a larger work. To recap, citations are always needed when using or introducing ideas from other people's work, no matter which form of source integration you've chosen. Whether you've summarized, paraphrased, or quoted your source, you need to indicate your debt to the author. And on top of that, quotation marks are always needed when those ideas are being used verbatim in the exact words of the original author, whether that's a partial phrase or a full sentence. Together, citations and quotation marks provide the toolkit that students and academic writers use in order to give fair credit and to help direct their reader towards the research sources that underpin their work. As we've seen, scholarly writing is based on a form of credited engagement with existing research, and that involves synthesizing the work of others into your own work through source integration techniques, such as summarizing, paraphrasing, and quotation. To give fair credit to your sources, it's important to add citations and also to use quotation marks whenever you're reproducing phrases or sentences verbatim. But plagiarism often results when students don't have a firm grasp on these crucial academic skills. After all, dealing with research sources can be challenging and time-consuming and even confusing. Furthermore, even though summarizing, paraphrasing, and quotation seem straightforward in theory, in practice, students often find it quite difficult to appropriately integrate their sources. But luckily, there are several other writing tools that you can use to properly integrate the work of others into your scholarly work, offering you greater flexibility and choice in how your final product looks and flows. These tools include signal phrases, indented block quotations, square brackets, ellipses, and quotation fragments. Let's examine a few of these in order to see how they can help you integrate your sources more fluidly, yet still appropriately.